So I've just updated my DC Designs Concorde to 1.01 and I'm still noticing some bugs that I've seen before and have mentioned in my tutorial, and some bugs that other people have mentioned that don't seem to have been fixed. I'm posting them up here in the hope that maybe the developers see them and can reproduce them and fix them at some point in the future. I'm also showing these because I want to know if you guys are still experiencing these issues in the latest patch. The first issue is the engines cutting out in flight, so I started this recording just after it happened. The plane was in nav mode, it was following a GPS flight plan. When the engines cut out, the plane switched off the autopilot. Before this happened, the auto throttle was set to 325 knots and was holding it just fine. You can also see the throttles are fully forward, so what I do here is I've disengaged the auto throttle and made sure the throttles are fully forward in the hope of getting some power, but the engines for some reason are still completely off. To rectify this, I had to save my flight and go back into it, at which point the engines were working again. The next issue, which I know some people have reported, is the localizer capture is dodgy. The plane is in radio nav mode, the correct frequency is active, and you can see the localizers appeared on the HSI. So I've pressed localizer capture. I'm on an intercept heading here, which would work on any other plane. I've also tried this at an even tighter heading and the result was the same. The plane just continues to fly past the localizer. Even if you are on runway heading as recommended in the plane's manual, when you press localizer capture it still doesn't follow it correctly, it tends to track left or right of the beam, as we'll see in this next clip. So here we activated the localizer when the plane was on runway heading. At that point we activated land mode and autopilot 2. For some reason track heading mode stays active after you do that, so I'm using it here to try and correct the plane's orientation and get it back on the localizer. But the real issue in this clip is that as we fly past the glide slope, you'll see that the plane doesn't descend, it just maintains its altitude. In the end I just gave up and landed the plane completely manually. I know I'm not flying it wrong, because not only do these procedures work when the plane is all working correctly, but they're also the same procedures that I've used in other Concordes like the PSS and Collimator. I'm sure some if not all of these issues are due to the sim itself, not the DC Concorde, but at the same time I'd like to see them do whatever they can to fix or reduce these occurring. Anyway, thank you for watching, please let me know your thoughts in the comments below and take care, and I'll see you next time.